Hello player, today we will analyze the match between Gukesh with the white pieces and Zvjaginsev with the black pieces. e4, d6, d4, knight f6, knight c3, g6, bishop e3, knight c6, queen d2, knight g4, bishop g5, f6, bishop h4, bishop h6, f4, f5. This move was inaccurate, the best move was e5. For example, e5, d captures on e5, d captures on e5, with an advantage for white. f5, h3, knight f6, d5, knight e5, queen f2. This move was inaccurate, the best move was e captures on f5. For example, e captures on f5, g captures on f5, queen f2, knight g6, bishop captures on f6, e captures on f6, g3, kingside castling, queenside castling, with a decisive advantage for white. Queen f2, knight f7. This move was inaccurate, the best move was knight d7. For example, knight from e, d7, e captures on f5, g captures on f5, with a decisive advantage for white. Knight f7, e captures on f5, c6, f captures on g6, h captures on g6, bishop captures on f6, e captures on f6, bishop d3. This move was inaccurate, the best move was queenside castling. For example, queenside castling, queen b6, rook e1 check, with a decisive advantage for white. Bishop d3, queen b6, knight from g, e2, queen captures on f2 check. This move was inaccurate, the best move was f5. For example, f5, queen g3, bishop g7, with a decisive advantage for white. Queen captures on f2 check. King captures on f2, f5, g4, bishop d7. This move was inaccurate, the best move was f captures on g4. For example, f captures on g4, h captures on g4, bishop captures on g4, bishop captures on g6, king e7, with a decisive advantage for white. Bishop d7, g5. That was a good move, he doesn't let the advantage slip away. Bishop g7, h4, queenside castling, h5, g captures on h5, knight g3. This move was inaccurate, the best move was rook h4. For example, rook h4, rook from d, e8, rook from a, h1, with a decisive advantage for white. Knight g3, rook from d, f8, rook captures on h5, bishop d4 check. This move was inaccurate, the best move was knight e5. For example, knight e5, rook from a, h1, knight captures on d3 check, with a decisive advantage for white. Bishop d4 check, king g2. That was a good move, he doesn't let the advantage slip away. Rook captures on h5, knight captures on h5, knight h8. This move was inaccurate, the best move was rook g8. For example, rook g8, rook h1, rook g6, with a decisive advantage for white. Knight h8. Knight e2. Bishop b6. Knight f6. Knight g6. Rook h1. Knight e7. Rook h7. King d8. Knight captures on d7. King captures on d7. Knight g3. King d8. D captures on c6. B captures on c6. King f3. d5. Rook h6. This move was inaccurate, the best move was knight h5. For example, knight h5. f5. Knight g7. Rook f7. Knight e6 check. With a decisive advantage for white. Rook h6. Bishop c7. Rook h7. This move was inaccurate, the best move was g6. For example, g6. Rook g8. Bishop captures on f5. Bishop d6. Bishop d3. With a decisive advantage for white. Rook h7. d4. Rook captures on e7. This move gives back part of the advantage, the best move was knight h5. For example, knight h5. Bishop b6. f4. With a decisive advantage for white. Rook captures on e7. King captures on e7. Knight captures on f5 check. King e8. King g4. This move gives back part of the advantage, the best move was g6. For example, g6. Rook captures on f5. Bishop captures on f5. King e7. Bishop d3. King f6. f5. Bishop h2. King e4. With a decisive advantage for white. King g4. c5. Bishop c4. Bishop d8. Bishop d5. f5. b3. Bishop c7. Bishop c4. Bishop d8. Knight h4. Rook h8. f5. King d7. f6. King d6. Knight f5 check. King e5. f7. White's victory. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and leave your suggestions.